We find ourselves at the home of the world's first retractable natural grass field as you get a look inside State Farm Stadium in Glendale. Coming up, we've got what should prove to be a good one between the Houston Texans and the Arizona Cardinals. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. First carry now for Kareem Hunt. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. The numbers on the ground for Hunt a week ago. 17 carries, 111 for yards, and a touchdown.
But they set a nice tone in week 1. He's among the leading rushers in the league. I think that they continue to feed him the football and continue to establish the running game so they can get the play action and throw the ball deep later on. Anytime the offense shows what they call a shot play or a chunk play where they're trying to get big yardage, sometimes people just call it gadget plays, and you hold it to a gain that we just saw there, you feel pretty good about yourself as a defense.
First down, Murray. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
That's a pretty darn good start to his season, huh? A sack in the opener, adds a second one here. That tells you about his offseason. He came in determined to have a big year, and it's paying off.
Another try after the first down sack. Murray. And give him 10 that time as he was able to get away from the pressure and get a nice gain. And the Texans have an extra defender in the secondary now on third down. Throwing is Murray on third down. And a big loss here as he's taken down.
It always helps for a visiting team to come in and set the tone on defense. In fact, when we talked with them prior to the game, they said they wanted this home crowd to feel like they had to hide their valuables when they were in town.
Well, the home crowd quiet now early. See if their offense can take over and get some points on the board. And a nice job here on special teams. This will be down inside the 10 at the 8-yard line.
I absolutely love the flexibility of these punters. Their leg drive, able to get it way up in the air, and that allows their punt team to get down there and down it inside the 10 because they've had some time.
On first down, it's Haynes. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. From the 9, here's 2nd and 9. To throw is Watson. The catch made by DeAndre Hopkins. And able to get it across the 20 before they get to him. A fresh set of downs on a gain of 13 there for the Texans. They'll run on first down. Haynes. And he'll get about 3 as he takes this up near the 25.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. It didn't happen on that play.
And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It's probably a pretty good sign here on the opening drive if your guys from the secondary are coming up and spilling things in the backfield.
How about the adrenaline and aggressiveness that led his eyes to the backfield to run up there and make that tackle, setting a tone early for his defense.
A fresh set of downs on a gain of 13 there for the Texans.
They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on, catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Takk McKinley made his way into the backfield.
There's a lot of discussion in the offseason about him having a big year and getting to the quarterback. They held him without a sack in week 1, but how about here? Finally gets his first one of the season.
In the offseason, said he changed his diet, leaner, feels so good this year. Excited to see what type of a season he can have. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. And he'll give it here to his running back. And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. Ready for the second quarter, and it's our visitors with the football as they've got it with a 3rd down and long coming up. 7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. Out of the gun, Watson. And almost picked off. I guess the good news for them now, it's 4th down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Well, that'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And the Cards will take over 1st and 10. Here's the Arizona offense now as they get set to take over. They've been playing the field position game thus far. No score, 2nd quarter as they come up on 1st and 10. Murray, a quick throw out to Kirk. And he's going to lose yardage here. Back to his own 18. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. On 2nd down, here's Murray. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Hey, right on cue, they set up the screen and complete it. And that's not going to get it done. He'll come up well short of the first at about the 21. They do get 10 back, but still a ways to go on 4th. They took your advice from a bit earlier, tried the screen, but that one, it was covered up pretty well.
They did a nice job on it, but I still think it was the right idea. Probably just a block or 2 away from making it work.
Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. And now out comes Houston. The crowd maybe losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
23 yards, the final tally.
On any given pass play, you never know exactly where your exit points are going to be. On this play, it was flushed to his left, still on the run, able to accurately throw the football for a nice 1st down.
A running play here on 1st down is going to go nowhere as he is tackled behind the line of scrimmage.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Now on 2nd and 13, Watson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Tack McKinley picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
And he'll be taken down well before the first at about the 36-yard line. The screen gets 7, but it's not enough, and it'll be 4th down. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high-percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the 1st down. In this case, it didn't happen.
Completes this to Waring. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. They get 14 on that one. Good for a Houston 1st down. 2 minutes on the clock in what's been a scoreless 1st half. A reminder coming up at halftime, we'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in this 2nd week of the regular season. On 1st down, it's Haynes. And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. And the Cardinals have got it. Going the other way. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line. Not the trend he wanted to start the season with a fumble lost in both weeks 1 and 2. Now, it's not a disaster, but certainly not what he was looking for.
Got to get that fixed because otherwise he shows up on every scouting report. I remember sitting in defensive rooms and hearing the scouting report from my coaches, and if someone had a particular problem carrying the ball and holding on to it, that was noted. Hey, make sure you get a little extra attention to him. Get after the football. He's dropped it the last couple of games. Partner, they're less than 2 minutes to go in the game, which means that this challenge was initiated by the fellows in New York.
And if you're the coach, you're thinking, thank you, New York. It's a gain of 9 yards, and that'll make it 3rd down.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
On 3rd down, it's Haynes. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Now the Texans are going to call on the field goal unit. And that is no good. He pulled it just a bit, just a wee bit wide left. And this will remain a scoreless game.
Everything looked good. Good snap, good hold. Sometimes, though, the ball just doesn't want to go where you want it. And this one winds up no good.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. Tie ball game, still a little more than a minute to go in the half. The question, can they put something together here, try to take that lead into intermission?
I would have to think that would be the goal for sure. I don't think you sit on anything here. Here's your opportunity. Push it downfield. As you mentioned, it's a tie game. So minus a disaster on your part, you've got that in your back pocket. Go ahead and try and get some points and feel great going into the half.
Murray now on 1st down. Blitz coming, and down he goes.
Sack, baby. Sack.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
To try again after the sack. Murray, open man is Kurt, complete. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Now the Cards going to call another timeout, their second, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. To throw, it's Murray. He's going to take off with it. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard. The Cardinals forced to burn their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half.
Ain't no such thing as a loss. We taking wins home. Tight dog, tight dog, tight dog.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Murray, man open. That's complete to Dalton Schultz.
This team is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. He came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
Murray to throw on 3rd and 1. Murray fighting, lost the football, and the Texans scoop it. 30, the 20, 10, 5, and he will not get all the way home, but he will take this back down to about the 2-yard line. Of course, they had the option, and they choose to not take the penalty.
They like the results of the play that they just ran, and they elect to let them stand.
A terrible spot for a holding call as they'll try again, but now from further back on 1st and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And this will result in him losing yardage back to the 3. So plenty of action on the field, but no action right now on the scoreboard, at least as of yet. 0-0 is our score. As we send you on out to our studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan. Due to time constraints, we move you forward in today's broadcast to the beginning of the 3rd quarter. After a rare scoreless first half, these teams now just looking for something as the second half gets underway. This fielded at the 2. And a good effort on the return there. Gets them across the 30 to the 33-yard line. Out comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here. And we thought this game had the potential to be tight. Maybe not this tight, scoreless as we start the third quarter.
And I love the way you use the word tight. I'm going to take it a little bit different direction here because it's not just tight on the scoreboard. I think both offenses have been tight in how they've played this game. No one's been loose. No one's been...
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by Leighton Vander Esch. And he will score. Touchdown, Cardinals. Short throw, pick six right there, those linebackers. They love when those short throws come and those eyes get real wide, don't they?
How about the anticipation on the play? Reading, reacting, and then the ability to catch the football and take it in the opposite direction.
And now they'll line up to kick the extra point. And the Cardinals will go up 7-0. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick six. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This is taken at his 4. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Heading out is the Texans offense as they get set to take over here. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. They'll run on 1st down. Haynes. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
Taking it about the 16. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
See if they do just that.
We don't talk about it very often, but sometimes there's a dip in intensity when you start the second half, which can manifest itself in some sloppy tackling. And how about right there? He ran right through that weak tackle attempt.
On 1st down, they go right back to Hunt. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. On play action, it's Murray. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
We are seeing two really confident defenses imposing their will on these offenses in this game.
Yeah, absolutely, going toe for toe. Just curious if one of these offenses can wake up a little bit.
Is there any way they can find something that can pop, something big to knock them back on their heels?
Able to find Isabella. And he's going to be taken down with another 1st down as the stop's made at the Texans' 43.
Press coverage on the outside, and for defenders, that's the ultimate risk-reward. If you take the risk, can you reward yourself by keeping them on the line of scrimmage? But no, not on that one. Got to step on them. Now it's just a matter of laying the ball out there for him to go get it.
Hey, watch it, watch it.
On first down, they'll run with Hunt. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. They'll run again with Hunt. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. Nothing doing on second and third down after that 9-yard gain on first.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
So it's an empty possession, and as a kicker, not the way you want to start your day's work.
And now each team's missed a field goal here so far, Brandon, so apparently neither guy is immune.
Good starting field position for the Houston Texans here as they come up first and 10 at the 45. Forced out to his left. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be second and a couple.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the third one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Watson's throw pulled in by Hopkins. They get 14 on that one. Good for a Houston first down. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. Watson on first down. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Nash. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this third quarter. Welcome back to the desert. We're in Glendale. It's Texans football, but they trail here as we get started in the fourth quarter.
Set. 19. And let's pin the mirrors back and go full strength.
From the red zone now, Watson will try and set up the screen. It's complete. And they'll lose yardage here. Knocked back to the 19-yard line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll bring up a second and 11. That pass play wound up for negative yardage, so here's second and 11. Now he's got it. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. And yes, they want the points, so they will decline the penalty. No question there.
You don't think they spent a couple of seconds mulling over what the penalty would do for them?
I don't even know why they asked the sideline.
Not at all. When you put the ball in the end zone on a takeaway, take the points and keep moving.
Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And an important one that is, as we are all tied now early in this fourth quarter. The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And the result, a Houston touchdown. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Here's the Arizona offense now as they get set to take over. And they had compiled a pretty long drive last time. Unfortunately, though, it ended with no points after the missed field goal.
And that can hurt the psyche of a team because as they drove downfield, you know you're never supposed to count points in your mind until they go up on the board. Let's face it.
Oh, now Murray has it stripped.
On plays like this, when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Offensively, they're going to have to figure this out before next week. 7 sacks in one game.
Yeah, and that's more than any quarterback should have to bear. And if this continues on, there will be another quarterback in the game because no one can stand up to this week after week.
Murray with a 3rd and long. And he's taken down. Back at his own 7.
Sack, baby. Sack, baby.
Brandon, what I remember most about playing with guys who knew how to rush the passer, they would just tell you, just cover people for me, just long enough for me to get there. And that's exactly what happened on that play.
Here comes the Cardinals punter now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Let's take it inside his own 40. Officially, that'll go as a 52-yard punt. Not too shabby. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. And now out comes Houston. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown, and now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there and handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display.
Steps away. This one brought in by the 6'5" tight end Waring. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
As a general rule, offensive linemen like to know where their quarterback's going to be when he's setting up to throw the football. But sometimes they just have to get on the run, get on the move. He was able to do that on that play and picks up a 1st down with a nice throw.
On 1st and 10, Watson. It's a foot race. Past the 20. And he will score. Touchdown, Cardinals. In a tie game, 4th quarter, that's about as big of a defensive play as you can possibly make.
And it didn't happen by accident. That was scouting right there. They've seen things that have happened before. They knew in certain situations the type of plays they like to run, read it, and were able to go after the football, get it, and take it into the end zone for a touchdown for themselves.
Point after, right down the middle. And that makes the score 14-7. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. Out comes a Houston offense as they get set to take over here. And last time, decent field position through the pick 6. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right, good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So that didn't bother you too much last time?
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position, not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play, too.
From the gun, here's Watson. Eluding the pressure right. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a 1st down.
How many times have we seen this late in the 4th quarter? Because you know the pass rush is getting after him, and they get upfield, get that great push, and what do they create? Space, and he takes off.
Now Watson, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So it's Texans football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Now the pass, and it's into the arms of Hopkins. A big one there for the Texans, 18 yards.
Here we go.
That's what they need right now. Get the 1st down, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
Just playing smart football, understanding the situation, making the plays necessary, and making sure that clock stops at every opportunity.
Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13. The loss of 3 on that 1st down pass play, now 2nd and 13. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. So he's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark, really, start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is it just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
A solid run of 11 there as he tucked it and ran, but he's still short of the marker at its 4th.
That was a good effort there, trying to do it on his own, but as a defender, you're in a tough spot because you have coverage responsibilities behind you, and if you take off too quick to try and get him down, he might loft it over your head.
So better to track with your man defensively than try to go up and make a stop on the quarterback.
Exactly right. What you're hoping is that your guys in the front seven can get him down.
They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a first down. Back to throw. Steps away to his left. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there. It's second down.
Looked to me like the adopter of my kindergarten teacher always said, if at first you don't succeed, try again. And finally, able to hold him in check. He'd been carving him up running the ball.
That's the first time I think I've seen where the coverage was good downfield and they accounted for him and stopped him for a short pickup.
Yeah, I don't think it was a big adjustment, but much more emphasis on making sure they knew where he was when he decided to take off and go.
Back to throw. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's third down. A couple extra defensive backs out there in the dime, and because of that, really not many places to throw the football, if any.
And typically, what would you want to do against that dime?
Run the football.
You want to run the ball, but you can't do it in this situation. Not nearly enough time on the clock. You're having to really navigate against a tough defense presented.
And it's caught. It's a touchdown. So they rally here in the final minute, and they're an extra point away from tying this game.
And while it appears the heavy lifting was accomplished by scoring the touchdown, they're still down 1. That extra point is not a gimme.
And instead of a looming overtime, things have changed dramatically. So with under 30 seconds to play, this is the game right here. And the Cardinals have got it. So that should just about put an end to this one. Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
Victory all but assured now as they take a knee here, and they're going to escape with a 1-point victory. The Texans going to signal for their third and final timeout, as they'll stop it with 25 ticks remaining on the clock. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now third and long. Down to a knee goes Murray, as that will just about wrap this thing up. Good bounce back win. They take the knee. Can't stop the clock defensively. Tough opening week loss, but now 1-1.
Shows that they handled things really well. A lot of teams panic after a week 1 loss, and they start to think that the sky's falling. This team realized there's a long season, and they feel very talented, and they get it done in this one.
Now on fourth down, on is the punt team sending this one away.
Good work, boys. Let's go. Let's go.
Well, Charles, a pretty exhilarating finish to the end of this ball game. At the end, the Hail Mary prayers, though, they went unanswered. Could have won it, but couldn't get it done.
Almost felt schoolyard or playground, didn't it? Yeah, you remember when you called that play? Everybody just go long and try and find someone open. They gave it a shot, but unable to successfully complete it.
So for the Cards, they at least get the win here to earn a split of their first 2 home games. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Seattle Seahawks. Meanwhile, for the Texans, they will fall to 1-1. And they'll try to get back to their winning ways next week as they head to Indianapolis to take on the Colts. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL.